What's up? Welcome back to the Hack of All Trades. My name's Anthony, and today I have a special treat for y'all because today we have a twofold video. Not only are we going to be going over my 4 favorite prints right now, but in order to print those 4 prints, we're going to be testing out a budget-friendly dual-color silk PLA. And if that doesn't sound like a recipe for disaster, I don't know what does. But let's dive into it. And make sure to stick around to the end where I'm going to share one bonus print, which is my absolute favorite, and you're going to be really shocked on why. With filament prices currently going up and all of 3D printing getting more and more expensive, I figured it's time to start exploring some budget-friendly options. The star of the show, it's going to be this Lovoon Dual-Colored Silk PLA. Shiny, super cheap, and honestly, kind of suspicious looking, but in the best way. To give these cheaper filaments a fair shot, I am going to be drying each one of these for about 6 hours, just because I'm not really sure the quality of them, and I want to do a fair test. So we're going to dry them out. In order to do that, I'll be using my Sunlu filament dryer. I'll have links to everything I share in the description down below. Make sure you go give some of these creators some love. All right, the first print, this thing's incredible. This thing is such a vibe. This is a print-in-place cable roller. No supports, no assembly, really no excuses. And printing in this dual color PLA, silk PLA, I mean, this thing turned out fabulous. I love this print so much, I have printed tons of these already. And what's really cool about this print is it comes in this small size. There's also a medium size and a larger size, depending on what size cables that you need to wind. I've printed, this isn't even all of them. I have 3 or 4 more of these in the house, but I just had to do one with this dual color silk because honestly, I think it looks incredible. And it's super simple to set up too. You just toss a cable in the bottom of it. Wind the thing up. And there you go. Whenever you need to use it, pull your cable out. And it keeps your drawers nice and organized. I didn't think a print-in-place part was going to work with this cheaper filament, but here we are. This thing's awesome. This next one, it's a bit gimmicky, but I'm not going to lie. This one's a game changer, especially if your coffee table is about 2 states away from your couch like mine is. If I want to have my feet on the couch, I don't want to have to be doing crunches the whole time to grab my soda. So this is where the couch cup holder comes into play. Now this creator has a few different designs of this cup holder and each one of them is cooler than the last. This is my favorite one for right now just because I put a can in one and my remote or my phone in the other. It works out awesome. This silk PLA just turned out phenomenal, flawless. Okay, this next one is purely for fun, but I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most addicting one. This is the mini Indoor Boomerang. This was designed by hypersucksatprinting, and it turns out they don't suck at printing. This is so cool. It's a lot of fun to throw this thing around. And you can actually adjust how much of an arc the boomerang has, if it's closer or further away from you, just by bending the fins. And I'll admit, this took some tinkering to really get this dialed in to fly right, especially indoors. But the cool thing is, after I got a little frustrated from not being able to get it to fly right, I messaged the creator, and within 30 minutes, probably even less than that, he got right back to me and made sure that I was bending in the right place, make sure I understand exactly how this worked, and he actually worked with me a couple times. We were messaging back and forth until I get this thing dialed in, and it was worth it because now this thing is super addicting, and I think my wife hates me because I throw it in the living room a little too much. Definitely worth the print. The coolest thing about this print, under 18 minutes and under 5 grams of filament. So you have no reason not to try to print this thing. All right, and next up we have the low poly octagonal planter. So here we got 2 different versions. The coolest thing about this design is the designer even designed this little insert cup with some drip holes in the bottom that fits perfectly right inside. It's a nice little touch. All right, as promised, it's bonus print time. And yes, this one is personal. So outside my shop, I have what I would almost call an infestation of red wasps. And if you know anything about red wasps, they're territorial nightmares. But this model by, I believe his name was Claytron, it actually scares them off using their own psychology. Print a few of these, hang them around, and watch your wasp problems disappear. Or better yet, print a few of them and hang them around and prank your friends. Either way, it's a win. So final thoughts? This filament surprised me. After drying it, it handled the detail, it handled a couple overhangs, even some sneaky print in place stuff with really zero drama. I'm really impressed with it. I'd print with it again. I mean, I wouldn't use it for structural mechanical stuff. I mean, probably not. Why would I? It's decorative and fancy and shiny. But for decorative, display-worthy pieces, I'm really impressed and I'd use this stuff again. You know, filament's starting to get expensive, but cheap doesn't always have to mean bad. Sometimes it just means you got to dry it first and try it. Maybe you got to tweak a couple adjustments, slow your print head down, change your temperatures a little bit, just get it dialed in. If you try this filament or any of these prints, let me know in the comments. So something I want to do going forward is trying to share some of the community favorites once a month. So if you have a favorite print from this last month, share a link below and maybe I could feature you in my next episode. Hit that like if you learned something. Make sure to subscribe if you want more of this kind of content. And thanks for letting me nerd out with you again. I'll catch you all in the next one.